Alright, guys. So, let me pull up YouTube and just get the chat up, and then I'm just going to start spinning. Okay, cool. Alright. So, first person. There's 200 people on here, bro. There's a lot. Alright, HD. $600 gifted subs. Zilly. Crixel. I have an extra account to give out too, so I have one more account. Brelever, okay. ZZ so close, bro. When am I hopping on test? Probably never, bro. Bell. The socks. Straight to Trent. Rocky P. Okay, Rocky. How many left? There's 3 left. I have a 4th one because I have an extra Lucid account I can give away. How many people were entered? 200. 200 people were entered. Tyler? Okay. So we got 10. Let me double check my Lucid to see if... I think they gave me a free account to give out. I mean, I could just fucking use it, right? I'm going to give it to you guys. Let me check. Okay. Yeah. I do have another... I have an extra account to give out. And Demo. Super Dracos went off, bro. Alright. And then I think Uranus said to do 2 more. Uranus is going to pay for 2 more. So we'll have 13 total. 10 more. If you guys want, the way I can do it is I can do, because if they're top step accounts, right? If they're top step accounts, I'll do what? That's 13. If they're Lucid, I could do more. Because the Lucid accounts are cheaper. Lucid. Hey, there you go, Al. There you go, Al, bro. Rigged. Oh my god. Do 192 more. Rigged. Everyone's saying it's rigged. Bro, there's 200 names on the wheel, guys. What do you mean it's rigged? Do a wheel with just mentorship? Rigged until I win? Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Bro, you guys are crazy. You guys are going crazy. Okay, 1 second. Let me do some quick math here. So, if I do the top step accounts, it's what, 90 an account? So that's $900. How much are the Lucid accounts? How much is a new Lucid account? Lucid is 96. No, on the Flex. On the Flex, it's 78. I'll do two more. I'll do two more, bro. For 25K, $60. No one's using a 25K account, bro. Actually, some people are. Some people are. Alright. Cool. Here's the 15. Alright, let me grab this. Okay, let me post this in update. HD profits. Wait, hold on. Let me just check if all these people are even in the Discord server. Oh, there's a fucking... Dude, I hate these fucking people who join the server who are just fucking fake errands, bro. Why can't I see? Okay, cool. Okay, one of these people isn't in here. This Obel guy's not in here, so we'll run another one. He's not in the Discord. I don't see him. I can't tag him. David NE is also not in here. I don't see him in the Discord. I can't tag him. Okay. You should do one for premium money. Y'all are crashing out, bro. Y'all are crashing out. Eric rigged it? What did Eric do, bro? He made a Google form and asked you guys to post, bro. Guys. I have 4. Baron Eric has 4 alt accounts on the list, and none of these accounts are Eric's, bro. Dude, you guys are crashing out. Like, what is going on, bro? All Uranus accounts? Uranus literally said, I'll add 2 accounts to the giveaway, bro. Oh my god, bro. You guys are crashing out, bro. Give away an AMG. Yeah, let me get right on that, bro. Let me get right on that. Give away Jaren's AMG. Oh my god, bro. Y'all are going crazy. Okay. I mean, bro, y'all are going crazy. Okay. Someone said give away a month of premium. Okay, yeah, I'll give away 2 premium spots. Okay. Here. You guys are freaking out, bro. Alright, no scope 11. And an overstable ego. Okay? We even did extra, guys, okay? Okay. Okay, that's the giveaway, guys. Like, y'all are crashing out. Y'all are going crazy. Plasma, the wheel is one name off your name, bro. No, I'm not trolling, bro. Check the YouTube. Review the YouTube. Baron, put my name, please. I live outdoor. Jesus Christ. They're all in the updates. I get it's the new year. I'm giving away 50 fucking funded accounts, bro. Baron, I'll slip you a oh, dude, bro, I'm the one sending you money. One more, please. I'm a tweak. Jesus Christ. Okay. Maybe I should just wait to do the goal setting thing till fucking Sunday, because y'all are tweaking the fuck out, bro. Y'all are tweaking out. No, do goals, please. It might be hard to transition into doing a goals thing. 5-minute breathing, better than goals. My goal for January is to win 3 giveaways from Baron. Alright. Everyone asking for more giveaways just to blow the accounts on Monday? Why do you think I didn't do the giveaway during Christmas time? Because I knew the price action was bad. I knew you all would just blow it, bro. My goal is to understand what is happening here. And now, shoot me a DM. You want an account? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Anel, you did. Please give us a trade that will pay even better. The market's closed, bro. Just give us signals on the weekend. Yeah. I'm reading the YouTube chat. It's just the Discord chat's going crazy, bro. Price action was decent. Yeah. It was good. It was good on metals. It wasn't good on it wasn't that good on NASDAQ. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube. Y'all running a scheme for Eric to win? What do you mean, bro? What do you guys mean? Eric won 13 combines? Jesus Christ, bro. Okay. Anyway. Alright, if you guys want to stick around, I'm going to start goals. Same run on XFA so far. Back on live soon. Hopefully, bro. When's the next one? What? The next giveaway, bro? I don't know. When I get a 6-figure payout from Top Step. Okay, guys. So, let me, yeah, the next giveaway. Yeah, y'all are only here for the giveaway, bro. You don't care about the goal setting, which is probably more important than this giveaway. Okay. Start a new live. Okay, I'm gonna end the Discord live. And we're gonna come back here, and we're gonna be in a different mood. Okay. Fuck the giveaway. I'm here for the goal setting. Only here for the goal setting, honestly. Okay, the YouTube chat's actually not full of degens, bro. Is this gonna be recorded? Yeah, it's gonna be on the YouTube. Did I win? Jaren, you won life, bro. Okay. You won the giveaway of getting to live with me, bro. Come on now. Okay. All right. So goal setting. All right, very important thing for you guys to get down. Okay, so how we want to be setting goals. I ran one of these in December. I'm gonna do a goal setting video every single, like at the start of every single month this year. Okay, that's one of my goals, right? So the way that I personally like to set goals, right, and the reason I think you guys need to be setting goals is, if you don't have goals in trading or life or whatever it is, you're not going to know where to go. You're not going to be able to, it's going to be much harder for you to figure out how to get there. Okay. So trading's kind of this weird thing where everything else in life, if it's, I'm going to college to get a degree, or, you know, I'm working at this job, especially in like corporate world, you typically have goals for, you know, a specific project or a class or whatever it is. But trading, it's this weird thing where you don't really have a defined goal. You might set your goal as, I want a 10K month, right? I want to do a 10K month. Chickling, would it also be good to add this list into the goal monthly section in Discord? Yeah. So I have this section in the Discord that is goals, right? Yearly, monthly, weekly, daily. I only really post in the yearly and the monthly. I don't really post in the weekly, but I do weekly goals on my own. So the way I suggest you guys set up goals, you want to start out with big picture. Okay? So big picture is going to be, I'm actually going to switch over to TradingView for this, because I'm just a little annoyed with how Top Steps thing is. And I'm just going to go up to this blank space. Okay. So for goals, we want to start with big picture. Okay. This is going to be anywhere from 1 year, 1 year to 5 years, right? So if we're looking at 5-year goals, right? When I got into trading, I had this understanding that this is going to take me some time to do. A lot of you guys are coming into trading, you're expecting to make it in the first 6 months to a year. I do see that happen from time to time, where some people are very on top of their shit, they're very locked in, they're able to figure things out, they have a great mindset, and they're able to get profitable in under a year. They're able to get profitable in under a year. I don't think that's the case for most people. From my perspective, I think it takes around anywhere from 2 to 4 years to figure out if you're going to be a profitable trader. If you're going past 4 years, then you're getting to the point where, okay, we might need to be reconsidering this thing. I don't know if I can be a trader, right? So just be aware of that. When I stepped into trading, I looked at the other people who were in these discords, these groups, and most of them had been trading for a longer period of time, and there's been a shift in trend. There's been a shift in trend since I started trading. When I first got in, most of the people I was meeting had already been trading for anywhere from 2 to 3 years. Now the trend has shifted, where most of the people I see in my Discord or I see in other people's Discords, it's 3 months to a year. So there's much more people at the beginning stage, and that's really where this is the hardest. So what we want to be doing is understanding this 5-year goal. It's just going to be very simple. If we're looking at a 3-year goal or a 5-year goal, we want to keep this pretty simple and straightforward. So 3 to 5 year goal is just going to be become profitable. Right? That's what everyone wants. At the end of the day, everyone wants to become profitable. We want to be able to quit jobs or bring in more income, or spend more time with family, or just work less, or just have more money in general. So our 3 to 5 year goal is probably just become profitable for a lot of you guys. Perfectly fine. I think this is totally cool. You don't really have to think too much about the big picture on that 3 to 5 year goal. It's really just, I want to become profitable. I have this understanding it might take me up to 3 to 5 years in order to do so. Can you become profitable in 6 months? Yes. Can you become profitable in a year? Yes. But the majority of people, it's going to take you 3 to 5 years in order to do this. This is also why you see such a big drop off in the traders that are actually profitable, because you'll get to that 1 year point, that 2 year point, and you just give up on it. Or you get to 6 months and you give up on it. So be aware of that. It might take you 3 to 5 years to become profitable. Okay? The main point for big picture that I really want to look at is yearly goal. Yearly goals. Okay? So what were my goals last year? I'm going to list out my goals for last year. I wanted $500,000 in payouts. This is a little bit delusional, and that's okay. Why is this delusional? Well, in 2024, I had $72,000 in payouts. Going from $72,000 to $500,000, that's a big jump. Very significant jump. So I have a very delusional goal. I don't really think you guys should be setting monetary goals for yourself if you are pretty new to trading, but I've been doing it for a while. I been seeing some consistent profits. And this, to me, this yearly goal, $500,000 in payouts, it was delusional. But I wanted it to be a little bit delusional because I need to look at it and say, I need to strive for this thing. All right, I need to be putting in the work in order to get to that area. What do I need to do to get $500,000 in payouts? I need to be running this amount of accounts. I need to be making this much per month. I need to be focused on consistency. I might need to just hit one big play. There's a bunch of different ways to get to that $500,000 in payouts. I know it's delusional, but I kind of wanted it to be delusional. So yearly goals for 2024 or 2025 is $500,000 in payouts. I wanted to complete a 75 hard. And I'm just going to go through and write out what I actually got. So this, I wanted $500,000 in payouts. I hit right around $450,000. So I was pretty damn close. I'm happy with this. I'm okay with this. I knew the 500K was delusional. There are a couple things that would have pushed me to that $450,000 payout. If Alpha hadn't denied some of my payouts, if my funded futures had actually paid me out the full amount, I would have hit that amount. So I'm totally okay with this $450,000 in payouts. Complete a 75 hard. What happened here? I went through this twice. Got to day 44. Okay. Then I kind of fell apart after that. But I'm okay with me just getting to day 44 of a 75 hard because this helped me with my consistency when I was really struggling. I was really struggling with consistency back in July, August, September. This helped me get a grip of it because I was doing, at a bare minimum, I was going to the gym every single day, right? I was doing what I should have been doing. It helped me with my consistency. Did I fail and not complete a 75 hard? Yeah, I did fail. But doing 44 days of it really helped me out. So I'm happy with that. I'm okay with that. Okay? Next goal was I had all these down. I had all these down in my head. Now I'm kind of forgetting them. It was be more spiritual. Okay, so this is just like build a relationship with God. I wish I did a little bit more on this side of things. There's some areas I think I can improve on. Oh, Jaron, I got you.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, you're good, bro.
You're a good guy. Thanks.
So I wanted to be more spiritual, get a closer relationship to God. Another thing I wanted to do was quit my 9 to 5, which I did. Okay, so I did this. Okay, and then I wanted to post consistent content. Okay. And I think I did this pretty well. There were a couple months where I slipped up, but I think I did this pretty well. So when I look back and I reflect on the year, right, I did pretty well, I think. This one I could have done a little bit better on. My 75 hard, I could have made it the full way. I didn't, but what I got out of it was consistency, which is what really helped me. So this was 2020. This was 2025. Okay, and this is all just bigger picture stuff. Now going into 2026. Okay, I want to provide as much educational content as possible. Now, when I was setting these goals in 2025, I wasn't really that serious about making content. Okay, I had literally just started doing it last year. I didn't know if I was going to get followers or not. I didn't really care. Now, the way that I'm looking at things is, at the end of the day, I'm a trader and I want to help you guys. Okay? So one of those things for 2026 is I want to provide as much educational content as possible. What does that look like? Okay? What does this look like? This is going to be posting one YouTube video a week, more streams, and more streams, and then just like short form is whatever. Okay, cool. That's a very straightforward, easy goal for me. I think, and I've broken it down. Whenever you set these goals, you might look at, like when I set this $500,000 goal, well, what does that look like? Break it down into pieces. What are the steps to actually achieve that goal? What's the process to get to that area? For some of these things, it's going to be straightforward. Like a 75 hard, okay, I need to do an outside exercise on a daily basis, and I need to go to the gym, and I need to stick to a diet, right? And I can't drink alcohol, and I need to read 10 pages in a book. Those are 5 straightforward, easy things to follow. With trading, when we're setting goals, like maybe your goal for this year is I want to be more consistent, or maybe it's I want to hold on to an account for 3 weeks, or I want to hold on to an account for a month, or I want to get to a live account at Top Step. What's the process for that? If I set my goal is back in live account at Top Step, which is actually one of my goals. Okay? What do I have to do to achieve this? Well, there's 2 ways I can do this. I can either hit $50,000 in profits on one XFA, and I am still in the Focus Trader program, so I can only have one account at a time. I can't have more than one XFA at a time right now. And I'm not going to get into why I'm in that. I talked about it in my most recent YouTube video, but hit 50K in profits on one XFA. Another way I can do this is, what did I just do? Another way I can do this is show consistency for 3 to 4 weeks. This is different for me since I've already been live funded with Top Step. I've talked to them and they said if you show consistency for 3 to 4 weeks, we'll get you back in a live account. I know I can do this consistency because I've had a Tradeify account. I've had a single Tradeify growth account for 3 months. I've had it for 3 months. I've had 6 payouts on the account. I know I can show that consistency for 3 to 4 weeks. Okay? So, in order to get to this 50K, right, 50K in profits, or this consistency, there's 2 very simple things that I need to follow on both of these. Even though I've broken down this goal back in live account at Top Step, I've broken this goal into 2 different things. There's another breakdown that I can do. What's that other breakdown? It's going to be lock the accounts, be happy with profits on the day, don't oversize. Those are the 3 goals that I need to be looking at in order to do this. Okay? So I need to lock accounts, have DLLs, proper sizing, and then be happy with profits. Okay? Those are the things I need to do in order to achieve these 2 things. Okay? So whenever you set these goals, break them down into their smallest form factor possible. Smallest form factor possible. Okay? If I'm looking at my next goals, okay, get back into a live account at Top Step, that's cool. I have another goal that's related to that. Now, this is gonna sound insane. This is my delusional goal, right? Last year I set this delusional goal of $500,000 in prop firm payouts. Now I have another goal that is also pretty fucking delusional, if I do say so myself. I want the biggest payout at Top Step. And I might change this because I do know there are some traders going for this record right now. I might change this to be in the top 5 payouts at Top Step. Okay? The biggest payout that's ever been taken at Top Step is $450,000 around that area. All right? So this goal that I'm setting, biggest payout at one firm, is about what I did this year in payouts. One-time payout. One-time payout. Okay? This is insane. This is insane. It's insane. If I look at it, it is insane. But I want that insane goal. 50% of the account. Once you have 30 winning days, you can take 100% of your profits. So it doesn't matter. How much do you have to make on a live account to get to that payout? 450. If you have 30 winning days, it's only for, like, you don't have to, there's no 50-50 split or any of that. Right? So if you do get the 30 winning days, you can just take the full balance. So maybe I change this goal. I might change this to, I want a 6-figure payout at Top Step. Okay. This second goal is more reasonable. 6-figure at Top Step, I can definitely do that. I know I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. Okay? I don't know if I can do this 450,000. But the way I'm thinking about this right now is I could change this to a 6-figure payout at Top Step, but if I do that, I know I can do this. I want to put my goal to be something I know I might not be able to do. I know there's a chance. I know there's a chance that I could get here, but I don't know if I can do it. So I want to have that little bit of delusion, that bit of ambition, where I'm looking at it and I'm going to leave this as it is. I know I just put up that 6-figure goal. And if I'm thinking about it, when I finish this year in 2026, if I have a 6-figure, if I don't hit this goal, this biggest payout at Top Step, I'm totally okay with that. Totally okay with that. If instead I hit a 6-figure payout at Top Step, then I'll be happy with myself. Okay? I'll be happy with myself if I was able to achieve a 6-figure payout at Top Step. Okay? So, I want the biggest payout at Top Step. This requires the exact same things as this. Right? Lock accounts have DLL, proper sizing, be happy with profits. Right? There's a couple other things. I could break it down into a weekly basis. How much do I need to be making per week to get to that level before the end of the year? I could do that as well if I wanted to. But yeah. So biggest payout at Top Step, that's one of my goals. Another thing I want to do is get consistent in the gym again. Okay, what does this mean? This just means going to the gym for 5 days a week. So, some of these yearly goals that you guys make, they don't need to be anything crazy. Like, do I have some crazy goals in here? Yeah, I do got some crazy goals. But some of them, like this stuff, this consistent content, this complete a 75 hard, be more spiritual, none of those are really like that crazy of goals. None of these are really that crazy. Now, I do have a crazy goal up here, right? So I like to have one crazy goal and then some goals that are pretty straightforward, easy to do. They've got very simple checklists, like, hey, I have to be going to the gym 5 days a week. 5 days a week. I have to be posting content once a week. I have to be doing more streams, right? It's pick these goals that are a little bit easier to do, right? It feels like you're making progress. Not making progress sucks, and I know you can get into that area with trading. If some of you guys are newer, maybe it's, I want to start incorporating order flow. Okay, what does that look like? Well, I need to educate myself on order flow. I need to watch these order flow traders that are successful, like someone like Jaron or Carmine or Fabio, right? You need to pay attention to how they trade. Maybe one of your goals is just to get to payout. Maybe your goal is, I just want to pass my evals. All of those are totally reasonable goals. They've got very specific steps, especially with like the payouts. If your 2026 goal is get to payout, does anyone have a 2026 goal of get to payout? Hi, me. Yep, me. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are saying your 2026 goal is get to payout. Okay? Well, what does this look like when you break it down? On a day-to-day basis, what does this look like? Getting to payout is a lot simpler than some of you guys make it. It's much simpler than some of you guys make it. In order to get to payout, one, you have to have a profitable strategy. If I can spell, fucking dyslexia is taking me out. Profitable strategy. Okay. 2, you need to get funding somewhere. Someone also just said something in the chat that I want to add to my yearly goals. I want to get live at Lucid Funding this year as well. So what is my steps for this? Well, it is take 6 payouts. Okay. There's more steps to that, but if your guys' 2026 goal is something you guys have not done, right? This $450,000, I don't know if I can do it. A lot of you guys don't know if you can get to payout because you've never done it before. What are the steps for that? Profitable strategy, get funding somewhere, top step Lucid, funded next, wherever it is. What's step 3? 5 days of $150. 5 days of $150. I know a lot of you motherfuckers in here have not had payouts, but I know you could do 5 days of $150. I know a lot of you have not had payouts, but you could do 5 days of $150. Okay? Some of you guys are greedy. Some of you guys are pushing things too hard. Even if, let's say you're going through this, you can pass evals. That's not an issue. You pass the eval in a few days, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. But you get to the funded, you freeze up, or you get greedy, or you use more size because you're trying to make a bunch of money. When you, if your goal, your 2026 goal is just to get to payout, does not matter the monetary value. Okay? Your goal is strictly get to payout. I don't care how you pass the eval. I don't care how you pass the eval. Just get your 5 fucking winning days. Use 2 micros. Use 2 micros. That's literally all you need is just 2 micros and you can get to payout with $150. Maybe 3 micros is probably more reasonable. But you just need 1 trade a day. You legitimately need 1 trade a day with 3 micros. If you lose that trade, maybe you take a second trade. And if you have a 2-to-1 R, then you're in profit and you would have covered the previous loss. You'd be up $150. Okay? So if this is your goal, break it down. Profitable strategy, get funding somewhere, 5 days of $150. Now, in this area, you're going to want to define the struggle points that you have noticed with yourself, or struggle points that, like, you need to be aware of the points where you are struggling. Whether it's greed, it's FOMO, it's over trading, it's over leveraging. Well, if you have those issues, go into your Project X platform. Go into your Project X platform and set DLLs and set contract limits, right? Set DLLs. Like, I've got a 5K DLL on this account. Is it high? Yeah, I should probably tone this down to like 3K even. Okay? If you guys are struggling with over trading, well, what's going on there? Are you flipping your bias for the day? One thing Uranus said in the premium chat the other night, someone was asking, do you think longs could play here, even though it looks like we're building for shorts, and I want to long it, but I also want to short it. Okay? You're flipping your bias too often. If instead you come into the day, a lot of you guys are looking for the right trade to take, right? If instead you come into the day and you say, I'm only going to look for long setups and I'm only going to take the trade when it's very apparent to me and everything makes sense. So it's so much easier to trade if you only focus on one side of the market. Today, in the live stream, I was only looking for longs on silver, right? I had a pre-market long that played out. And then during the New York session, did I find anything else that I liked? Not really. I didn't take a trade on that live stream because I'm looking for longs. And yeah, there were some things that looked okay, but I wasn't convinced by them. I wasn't convinced by any of this in the New York session. When this pumped up, failed, we came back up to this COMEX VWAP, failed again, right? We come back up again, fail again. I wasn't convinced by any of that. I wasn't convinced by it. So did I take the trade on live? No, I didn't. I did not take a trade in here on that live. Okay? So it's much easier for you guys to set biases and say, I'm only going to be looking for this kind of trade today. If it doesn't play out, maybe I step back, I take a 15, 30-minute break. I look and I say, okay, well, maybe the IB broke its low. So now I'm only going to look for short trades. Or maybe I'm only going to take the long if we hit this extension level. Okay? So be aware of that. Maybe if you're struggling with greed, go get an account with a consistency rule. Get an account with a 30-40% consistency rule. I would suggest a 40% consistency rule, because then what do you need? What do you need to do for an account with a 40% consistency rule? You need 3 days. You need 3 days where you make the same amount 3 days in a row, and then you need to get $150 winning days or $200 winning days or whatever it is. Okay? It's not that big of a deal. If you guys are trading consistency accounts, I know some people they hate consistency accounts. It's because you don't break it down in the correct way. You don't break it down in the correct way. If you are trading accounts with consistency rules, you need to be getting the same amount every single day, right? You need to be shooting for the same amount on 3 out of the 5 days that you're trading. And then the other 2 days, just go for the $150 winning days. Okay? But if your 2026 goal is to get to payout, profitable strategy, get funding somewhere, 5 days, $150, I don't care how you get the funding. You could full port on CPI and get the funding somewhere. But if your 2026 goal is just to make it to payout, what do we need to be doing? We need to be disciplined. We need to be locking accounts. We need to just be focused on 1 or 2 trades a day. Okay? 1 or 2 trades a day. What are some other goals? Post them in the chat, guys. I'm also going to check the YouTube chat really quick. Which is my DLL? It depends on the account size. Have I gotten any payouts with Lucid? Yes, I've had 3 payouts. I want to travel. Consistent payouts will make this very possible and also become more self-controlled and closer to God. Those are good goals, bro. Okay, so if you want to travel, that's a pretty straightforward goal, right? You just kind of set up a country and flights and all of that, and just make sure you have time off work or you have some form of income to support yourself. Consistent payouts. Okay, what does that look like for you? Is consistent payouts 2 payouts a month? Is it 4 payouts a month? Is it a payout every week? Is it a payout every 2 weeks? I would go in and kind of define that. If you slip up 1 week or 1 month, it's okay. It's not too big of a deal, but just think about it in that way. Who's the number one killer of Fundator accounts? It is. Monkey Brain kills my accounts, except this last time, and that's a big deal. Okay, moving stop up too soon. I've gotten multiple payouts before. I'm in a little slump. I pass evals fast with more risk. Once I'm in the funded, I don't want to risk it too much. Or once I'm in a winning operation, cutting it too soon. Okay, so that's a psych issue then. You're not respecting the evals, so you're probably churning through more evals, and you're looking at, once you get into the funded, now you can actually get paid out, and now you're scared. Just curious, what did you work as before trading? I was a data analyst. As a data analyst and a project manager at AT&T, I worked with Palantir on some generative AI models, and I have a background in mechanical engineering. Okay. I'm in the yearly goals. KPAC 2026, make enough trading to leave my job, no excuses. Okay, post on Christmas. G-Man 2026, I want to start off on the right path and take one account and pass, then add another and pass. Same as what Baron said today, keep passing evals, but then trade aggressively and below funded accounts. Need to be more disciplined. Okay, right? So this is a very generalized goal. I just want to start on the right path, and I want to follow this process. I want to go one account, get that to pay out, add a second account, get it to pay out. So you just have to keep yourself in check of not deviating from that area. Goals for 2026, make hella bands, white toes on my face, win a kickboxing fight. That's a little crazy on one of those. But win a kickboxing fight, all right, you got to be going to practice. You have to be showing up. You have to enter in a tournament probably. Make hella bands, right? That's going to be related to like funded accounts, stuff like that. So what's the breakdown of that? Are we staying consistent? Are we locking accounts? Do we have DLLs? Brad, improve consistency in the cycle will allow me to take monthly payouts, live funded account, live personal account, help traders be better traders, be a better person. Okay, so we're focused on our consistency in psych, right? 2026, no games, time wasting, be more efficient, never blow all drawdown in one day. Okay, so DLL, that's a requirement here. 10K month, 10 plus payouts, retain obsessive / ruthless mentality. 500 pound squat, 600 pound deadlift, get to 180 pounds. That's crazy. Definitely doable, right? But you can break all of these down into smaller goals. 2026 goal, improve consistency, get monthly payouts, 10K months, 50K in total payouts, practice gratitude, kindness, and positive mindset. Ratska, gain insanely jacked. Paying student loans, around 2K paid. Okay, so this was a update from this previous year. Improved my EKO. Okay. So we got through some of these, but we failed on other ones. That's okay. What we need to look at is why we failed these. Now we're adding a few more things in here. Just make sure that they're reasonable. I know we failed a couple things in here. If these goals make sense or not, all right, we need to check in on them. Plasma, 50K in total payouts, get consistently profitable, get to 170 pounds. First two are part of 3-year goal that I'm 2 years in last year. Get first car, ideally M3 comp, 315 bench, closer to God, 100K year, it's 4x prior, but I want to be delusional for trading. 10K steps daily, closer with God, focus on business, leave corporate. Okay, cool. Let me read through some of these. 6-figure months, work out daily, buy more cars, keep helping others quit their job, church every Sunday. Yeah, let's go to church this Sunday, Jaron. I'm down with that. 50K total payouts, get consistently profitable. Okay. Take it slower on my evals. I don't need to pass them in 2 days. Spend less on evals, keep consistent payouts coming. 100K year. Stop forcing trades. Hey, Baron, for newer traders, how do you balance stretch goals while not putting too much pressure on yourself? If you're newer to trading, your stretch goals should not be that crazy. Okay? Your stretch goals should not be that crazy if you're newer to trading. Like, if I'm looking at, like, I just had a one-on-one with Saif today, and his goal is 100K a year, right? This is pushing it a little bit further than he did this year, but based off that one-on-one, I know he's taken payouts most months. He's had over a 10K month before. He can hit that 100K a year. So he's never done that before, but it's within reason that he's able to do it. It might be a little bit delusional, but we have to just look at it. It's a case by case basis, right? what have we been able to achieve in the past? Where are we at now? We need to look at these things and say, okay, am I able to pass fundeds? Well, if the answer is no, I've never passed a funded before, your goal should not be, I want 10K months from trading. That doesn't make any sense. Because we haven't even been able to pass the funded. If we haven't been able to pass the funded, maybe our goal is just get to a payout. We haven't been able to do it before, but it's much more reasonable. It's something that we can achieve. We know we can get there. And after you've achieved that, maybe that's your yearly goal. If you've already achieved that yearly goal, you can now modify the goal for your 6-month time frame or your 3-month time frame. And I'm going to get into that. Palantir? Yeah, I worked with Palantir, unfortunately. Secure at least one payout every month, work out 5 days a week, eat healthy, hit 3 to 4 10K months. Okay, yeah, that's within reason, Kyle. 100 push-ups a day. Okay, a lot of goals. All right. Let me check YouTube chat. What's a good DLL for 50K accounts? It depends trader to trader. I personally trade mine a little bit more aggressively, so I give myself a 1K DLL. For most of you guys, I would recommend $500 to $700, somewhere in there. Even can be, some people might view that as aggressive. But yeah, I would look at your stats. For a better DLL, I would look at your stats and check what's the max drawdown I'm seeing, and then give yourself a little bit more buffer past that, if that makes sense. Another problem I have is trading chop. Have to stop that. December is very choppy. Hopefully January will be good, and I'll have more self-control. Okay. Yeah. Use the lockout feature. Use the lockout feature. Okay. So if you set if your 2026 goal is just to get to payout, right? Let's say you achieve this, you knock it out of the park. Okay. Well, this is where you go into. You lead from this yearly goal. You lead from this yearly goal, and then you break it down into 6 months goals. Where do I want to be in 6 months? Okay. You also should do 3 months and 1 month. Okay. There's different ways to break it down. The way I personally do it is I just set that yearly goal, and then I just break it down month by month and week by week. What do I need to be doing going into next week? I've already noted down what I did wrong this week. I did make some mistakes. And I don't want to continue to repeat those, so I need to be aware of those. They're pretty easy corrections. It's nothing too crazy. Okay? But what I would say is, if I'm looking at some of these goals, right, like Plasma, you said you want 50K a month, or 50K in total payouts. Okay? Get consistently profitable. First car, ideally M3 comp. I think those goals are a little bit delusional. Right? I think your first yearly goal should just be get to payout. Okay? Get to payout. Get to payout should be your goal. Once you achieve this, then update your 6-month goal. Okay? Then update your 3-month goal. Update your 1-month goal. Maybe you do get that first payout this month. Okay, well, then what's my 6-month goal? Well, now I want my 6-month goal to be 25K in payouts. Okay, or 20K in payouts, or whatever it is. What's my 3-month goal going to be? Okay, what's my 1-month goal going to be? They should all feed into each other. You set this big picture goal, and it all funnels down into your 6-month goal, your 3-month goal, your 1-month goal, your weekly goal. All of it funnels down, and you want it to be a positive feedback loop. If you guys don't know about feedback loops, okay, I went to engineering school. We talk about feedback loops quite a bit. Okay, so you want these goals to feed back into each other. Okay? You want them to feed back into each other. So when I set these monthly goals, I'm going to determine my weekly goals based off of that. Okay? And my weekly goals are going to help me achieve the monthly goal. It's going to come full circle. And your monthly goal is going to help you achieve the yearly goal. or the 3-month goal, or whatever the bigger goal is. So have this positive feedback loop where you are tying it in. There's a section in the Discord for each of these different goals. We don't have like a 6-month and a 3-month, but we have monthly, weekly, daily. I would utilize this. I'm going to post my yearly goals at the end of this. Okay, actually, I'm just going to do it right now. Okay. But yeah, when you're looking at these goals, set them up in a reasonable manner. If I'm looking at my January goals, what's my goals for January? Okay. Well, first off, I want to, so for January, want to get this Top Step account to 50K. The balance is already at $20,000. Okay, so what do I need to do for this? I need to make 30K more. Okay. How many trading days do I have to do that? 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. So if I take my 30K, I have 4 weeks. Okay. So I'm going to take my 30,000 divided by 4. Okay. I need to make $7,500 a week. $7,500 net profit a week. Okay. So if coming into next week, the first day that I trade, Sunday open or Monday, let's say I make $10,000. What do you think my goal should be for the rest of the week? Should it be to shoot for that 10K again? No, not at all. My goal for the rest of that week is to not lose more than $2,500. Not to lose more than $2,500. So my DLL should fit within that goal setting. I don't want to give it back. If I've already made 10K and my goal for the week is $7,500, I don't want to give it back. I don't have to do more work. So I would set a DLL of $2,500. Okay, if I have one big losing day, yeah, then I have to go back through the week. Maybe I set it to $1,250, so I give myself 2 red days. I know I'm a pretty consistent trader now, so I know I can have. I've had win streaks in the past 3 months that have gone on for 2 weeks, 3 weeks in certain accounts. So I have to be aware of that. Okay. What else do I want from January? Okay. Well, my yearly goal. That's my yearly goal. I want to post 1 YouTube video a week. So my monthly goal. Another monthly goal is going to be post 4 YouTube videos. Pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. This feeds directly into these 2026 goals. Getting this account to 50K, that gets me back to the live account at Top Step. Getting this account back to 50K, that gets me closer to this $450,000 goal. Posting 4 YouTube videos in the month, that gets me towards this goal. Okay? So I have to be aware of that. Post 4 YouTube videos. Get back in the gym. And then another goal that I have for myself personally is I want to chill out a little bit. Okay? I want to chill out a little bit this year. So what should I be doing to chill out a little bit this year? I should be slowing things down. I shouldn't be trading more than 2 firms at a time, right? And I noticed that this week there's points where I was trading 4 firms at a time on the same trade, and I shouldn't be doing that because, yes, if I take a good trade, that's great. It really pushes me forward. But if I fuck up, then I've set myself significantly further back. So for me, my monthly goal is trading 2 firms. Okay, wait, let me, taking the same trade at no more than 2 firms at a time. Okay? Very straightforward, easy goal to follow. Okay? If I'm looking at these January goals, what's the hardest goal on here? It's getting that account to 50K. These other 3 are pretty straightforward and easy. What do I need to do for these YouTube videos? Okay, well, I need to workshop ideas. I need to script things. I need to figure out what I want to talk about. Okay? Getting back into the gym. This is literally just drive my ass to the gym. Okay? Take and trade at no more than 2 firms at a time. Okay? This is a very straightforward and easy goal to do. What should I do here? Okay, well, I should only be logged in to Top Step plus one other firm plus Alpha or Tradeify plus Lucid. I should break up these accounts in a more sustainable manner, is essentially what I'm saying. Okay? So these are going to be my monthly goals. These are pretty straightforward to follow. On a weekly basis, I know what I need to be doing. If I want to break it down into a weekly thing, I need to post 1 YouTube video a week. I need to have 7,500 net profit at the end of the week. I need to script things. I need to get back in the gym. Okay, so what does this look like? Go to the gym 4 times a week, right? This last one, it's pretty straightforward. So think about these things. I thought getting to live was just 5 payouts. It is, but I want to move to live with the biggest balance that I can. Okay, so these are going to be my monthly goals for January. You guys should think about these things, how they might break down on a daily basis, how they break down on a weekly basis, what you guys are doing to achieve them every single day, every single week. If you're making progress towards it, track these things. Okay? I have a paper journal that I track myself on, but some of you guys are really in depth with like Excel sheets and stuff. Whatever works well for you, do it. You could set up a Notion template that has 52 weeks in it, 52 different pages, and you track your weekly goals, your monthly goals, your yearly goals. You see how much progress you're making towards them. Are you following the right steps? Are you doing the right things? Okay? So when you're setting these goals, just be aware. Have something that you haven't done before. Like get a payout, pass an account, copy trade 5 accounts, whatever it is, whatever your yearly goal is. It should be something you haven't done before and that you know you might not be able to achieve, but you know you could also maybe achieve. Okay? The monthly goals, break down that yearly goal, have it be a positive feedback loop. Same thing with the weeklies. Same thing with dailies. If you want to set those, go ahead. But yeah, this is personally how I set goals. Okay? I'm going to check YouTube chat really quick. Only had 1 payout from Top Step in 3 years of trading. Okay, well, how did you get that first payout? How did you get that first payout? I would check that. I would reflect on that. What got me to that payout? I'm a new trader 6 months in. I've been funded twice, but blew my accounts. It happens, bro. Don't beat yourself too much. Hi, Baron. What if I've started trading from August 2025 and got my first and only payout? $1,500 payout from Tradeify, but never received any payout till now. What do you recommend my goal to be? It should be like 2 payouts in 1 month or 3 payouts in 1 month, right? And that's not to say like, okay, well, I'm only running 1 account, so I have to get to a payout every single week. What if you run 2 accounts and you're able to do that? I would check what got you to that payout in the first place. My 4 children, youngest is 2, learning trading while taking care of the house and the kids. It's challenging, but we'll make it. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot to manage. How did you manage to work full time and trade? Did you only trade Asia or traded New York at the job? Yeah, I traded Asia and New York. Yeah, I was trading in meetings at times. I was blessed with my job because I was able to get my work done in like anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, and sometimes I wouldn't have meetings. and the office that I worked at had these. They had these like small single person rooms that you could just book. It was like they called them like focus rooms or some shit. So I just booked one of those, and I would trade off my phone from there during New York sessions sometimes. Yeah. Did you realize you could go full time on trading and quitting your job? I had gotten so. Yeah, that's a good question, Dazra. So my goal in 2024 was have so I set this goal in May 2024, and the goal was I want at least 6 months from now until the end of March, and I set this goal in May, so I had 10 months to do it. I want six of those months to be months where I have over 10K in payouts or 10K in payouts. I want to replace my income. Okay, so I was able to do that. I had payouts in May. I had payouts in June. I had payouts in July. I had payouts in August. Didn't have a payout in September. Had 40K in payouts in October. Didn't have payouts in November, December. Had payouts in January, February, March. So I quit in April. No, I haven't heard of Legends Trading Pro. Okay. Live with 5 payouts. Yeah, it's different for me since I've been live funded before, Paulo. On my first account, I got December 9th, was up 1K, doing 2 to 3 minis, risk 250-ish. Your stop loss is too tight, I can tell you that, Team Phoenix. If you're saying it was 2 to 3 micros, that makes more sense, but risking 250 on 2 to 3 minis, your risk is too tight. Do you think quitting your job and not having that consistent income tilted you in any way? There were times, yeah. There were definitely times. Yeah, Jason, that's a good goal. Starting in July, my first eval was in September. I'm looking to get my first payout, save 10K, then go from there. Yeah, totally reasonable. You guys know I've been working with Michaela for a bit, right? So she is still doing her second eval. She's taking her time on it because I told her to trade micros. Because her goal with that account is get a $500 payout. And I told her to go get a Lucid account because there's no monthly fee, right? It's just a one-time fee. So once she's able to pass that account, it should be pretty straightforward for her to get her first payout. Okay? So it's something she hasn't done before. She's never passed an eval. But what were her steps? What were her goals in order to get to the point where she's doing an eval and she could pass it? Okay, well, she did demo and she set up these demo challenges to be the exact same as the eval. Okay? So she's taking it very slow. She's seeing some drawdown on the account. I think she's net positive on it. She was up $400 today on it. But yeah, so like her goal into 2026, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to talk to her, see what those goals are. I would assume it's get to my first payout, right? But be aware of that, guys. Any last questions? I've been talking for a minute, so. She trading only IB strategy? She's pretty much just using VWAP and volume profiles. Do you try to keep an account after payout? Yeah, I'll keep accounts after payout. I'll try to keep them after payout. It makes it increases your ROI if you can keep an account after payout. It also doesn't slow down your progress. All right. Anything else, guys? All right. If you guys want to watch this back, it is on YouTube. It is in the live in YouTube. So, what was I making at my 9 to 5? I started out at 80,000. By the time I left, I was at like 115 or 120,000. I appreciate it, Saif. Safe. I never know how to say it. All right. Post your goals up, guys. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Safe. Okay. Cool. All right. Aaron, when I get a big payout, can I take you out? Yeah, of course. You can take me out whenever, bro. All right, guys. I will see y'all. Make 50K. Train will save me. Yeah, you can definitely get there with trading. You should shoot Deepal a message. Super Drake. Link to the Discord. Yeah, I got you. Alright guys, I will see y'all. Have a good weekend.